Good evening. Welcome back, hoodies, to the Hood Table one more again. This is your girl Tanya coming at you with some more breaking news. Now, this story, man, I'm telling you, let me start off by saying this is the second time within a week, like literally within a week, where I've come to you and told you about a story about a toddler having access to a gun and killing their parent. The other day I told you about the young toddler, a little boy who had killed his father in Gastonia, North Carolina. The father was 29-year-old Markovia LaShawn Durham, and his 2-year-old toddler had got a hold to his gun, thought it was a toy or something, and shot his father in the head while his father was feeding the little boy dinner. The gun was behind the father's back on the couch, and the little boy climbed up behind his father's back and grabbed a gun and shot him in the back of the head, and he died. And I brought you that story the other day. Now today I find out another story of another toddler who this time killed his mother, shot her in the head and killed her. And I just don't know what it takes for people to start putting their weapons up around little children. But in this particular case, again, instead of a mother, it was a father. The name of the lady who was killed, Shamaya Lynn, 21 years old. She was actually on a conference call. She was on a Zoom call when one of her co-workers suddenly heard a loud bang. And then they said Lynn fell backwards as a toddler stood around in the background. So her co-worker immediately called 911 when Lynn never returned to the call. So I'm going to show you several videos, including the 911 dispatch call. So altogether, we are going to watch 3 videos here, of this story, and then I'll come back to you after we watch these videos.
Developing tonight, a tragic case in Seminole County. A mother shot and killed when her toddler gets their hands on a loaded gun.
And officers say this all happened while that mother was on a Zoom meeting. Fox 35's David Bowden is live tonight. David, this is just a heartbreaking situation.
It truly is, Luann. It happened here at the Oaks of Spring Valley. Let me take you on a walk down the street here. You can see that apartment building that's all lit up there in the distance on the left-hand side of your screen. Investigators say it happened in one of the units in that building. A toddler got a hold of a loaded handgun and pulled the trigger.
They were just screaming and crying. I guess I'm not sure if that was their mom or who, what relationship. I'm not sure.
Susie Page witnessed a chaotic scene outside of an Altamont Springs apartment complex on Wednesday. Police say a woman named Shamaya Lynn was on a Zoom call with work colleagues when Shamaya suddenly disappeared from the screen. One of her colleagues called police.
We were asked to check on her well-being when other participants in a Zoom call saw her fall backwards.
When first responders arrived, they say there was nothing they could do.
Unfortunately, Miss Lynn was found with a fatal gunshot wound to her head.
And what makes this even more tragic, police believe the shooter was one of the woman's own children.
This young mother lost her life after one of her toddlers found an unsecured handgun in the apartment. You could just imagine it's a terrible tragedy.
Oh my God, I didn't know that. I just knew that it was a tragic incident that happened.
Police say this terrible accident did not have to happen. That weapon should have been secured.
You don't have a lock? Come to the Altamont Springs Police Department. We will give you one free of charge. It's heart-wrenching because you think about what the family is going to be going through from not only today, tomorrow, the next day, but for years and years to come. That's where, it hits home.
Yeah, just a very tragic story. Now, Altamont Springs Police say that they are working with the state attorney's office to determine whether or not charges will be filed against the gun owner, which happens to be the children's father. We'll stay on top of this one for you. For now, we are live in Altamont Springs tonight. I'm David Bowden, Fox 35 News.
Oh, wow, you guys. Again, you guys, sorry about that. I just don't understand why people are not keeping their guns locked up. You have to secure your weapons, you guys. You have to secure your guns, not only for the safety of your children, but for your safety. Like in this situation and in the last situation, both shootings were in apartments. Both parents happen to be the one who were killed. But the child could have shot through a wall, could have killed somebody else's child in another apartment building, next side on the other side of the wall, could have killed somebody that was sleeping, another parent, something like that. I just don't understand what it's going to take for us to put these guns in secure places and lock boxes. And in this situation with Shamaya, um, the police department, they're like, if you don't have no locks, even though they are easy to get, they are easy to access from almost any gun store. Matter of fact, my gun lock box I got from Shields, and Shields is nationwide, and the box didn't cost that much. But if you go to a gun range and shoot your guns, you can get a gun lock from there. But this is a tragic situation. The Florida mother, Shamaya Lynn, she's 21 years old. She was in a work-related Zoom conversation. Like I said, the colleagues were shocked. From what I know now, I don't think they actually saw like her head or saw, something like that, saw it literally happen. They just know that they heard a bang and then she fell backward. So, but how alarming is that if you were watching, whether you saw the gunshot, saw blood, saw anything, it's still alarming to see your coworker get shot like that on a Zoom call. On a Zoom call. But you guys, let's take a look at this next video. I want to show you guys this next video. Wow, this is just it's so hard. It's so hard, guys, to comprehend. But let's check out this next video.
Came in and there was cops everywhere back there, and all of this was all blocked out. No one could pass through.
Carolina Gomez lives at the Oaks of Spring Valley Apartments near I-4 in Altamont Springs. She described to News 6 seeing these officers Wednesday afternoon. Altamont Springs police say just after 11 a.m., the victim, 21-year-old Shamaya Lynn, was on a work-related Zoom call when a coworker on the other end told dispatchers she heard a loud noise moments before she saw Lynn fall backwards and didn't return in frame of the screen. Investigators saying Lynn's toddler found a loaded, unlocked gun and fired a fatal shot to her head.
You could just imagine it's a terrible tragedy for any family to face. One that has devastated her entire family and our community.
Police say they're working with the state attorney's office to determine if charges will be filed against the toddler's father, who investigators say owns the gun used in the shooting.
You think about what the family is going to be going through from not only today, tomorrow, the next day, for years to come.
Gomez says her heart breaks for the family.
It's really sad. I mean, I have nieces and nephews, and I can't imagine what they would be going through.
Very, very, that is very, very, very sad. Very sad. And again, I have a weapon, I have a gun. My children know all the guns in the house. My children, when their children are here, when other people's children are here, my gun is locked up in a box. It's kept safe. It has a code. You need a code to get to the gun. The bullets are in the gun. My extra clips, all that is in the box, the lock box. Matter of fact, the bullets, bullets, I don't even keep the bullets inside the gun when I have company over with kids, especially. I take take it out and I put everything in the lock box, but I don't even have the bullets in the gun. So the clips, all that, the extra clips and everything is next to the gun, but they're still not in the gun and they are locked up. So, because like, let's say a toddler would happen to, I don't know, come upon it and unlock it, like a 1-year-old, 2-year-old, 3, they really don't know. Well, you got to put this in here. You got to put you put in the chamber. You got to, they don't really know which way to put the clip in, which direction. So yeah, but still, it's a personal choice to some people, but some people do have the bullets in their gun when it's locked up, and some people take the bullets out and they keep the clip next to the gun or lock them up somewhere totally separate from the gun. But just have it locked up. However you have it locked up, separated, clip in the gun, just have it locked up and away from children. This is extremely, this is twice in 1 week, you guys, twice in 1 week. And now, you guys, I'm going to let you hear the 911 call. The 911 dispatch has finally released the call. So we're going to listen to that real quick. Shot her in the head.
911, do you need police, fire, medical?
I need medical.
What's the address? One moment for medical.
Hurry, hurry.
One moment. I'm getting medical on the line for you.
Hurry.
911. You can disconnect. I'm trying to get to medical. Yes.
911.
One moment, caller.
Hurry.
One moment.
Hurry, I believe. Hello.
Fire rescue. Seminole with the medical. In Altamont. Okay, and
Yes, I literally just got home and I come in the room. My girlfriend, she was working on the computer and she just laid back. There's blood everywhere.
Okay. Now, I did have somebody already call. We do have paramedics already on the way. Somebody called because they were on a Zoom meeting with her. I know, honey. I know. And how old is your girlfriend?
She's 21 years old. She just
21?
She just left Altamont Hospital 2 days ago because there's something wrong with her stomach. She just left Altamont Hospital because there's something wrong with her
right
stomach.
now, though, is she awake?
No, she's not awake. And
is she breathing?
Please let me know what's going on.
Okay, paramedics are already on their way. Is she breathing?
No, I do not feel her heart pumping.
No, is she breathing? Do you see her chest rising and falling?
No, I do not.
Okay, we're going to do CPR. Okay, I'm going to tell you how to do that, okay?
Okay, hurry, please.
Is there a defibrillator available?
Can you say it one more time?
Is there a defibrillator available?
I don't know what that is, no.
Okay, that's fine. What you're going to do is lay her flat on her back on the floor, nothing underneath her head. Tell me when that's done.
On the floor? On her back on the floor?
Yes, flat on her back on the floor, nothing underneath her head.
Oh my God, there's blood everywhere.
I'm sorry, honey, but we're going to go ahead and do CPR on her. Just let me know when she's flat on her back on the floor.
Okay.
All right, you're going to place the heel of your hand on her breastbone. Put your other hand on top of that hand. You're going to pump her. You're going to take the heel of your hand. You're going to place it on her breastbone, right between the nipples. Put your other hand on top of that hand. Let me know when you've done that. Okay. You're going to pump her chest hard and fast, at least twice per second and 2 inches deep. You're going to let her chest come all the way up between the pumps. We're going to do this until help can take over. I want you to count out loud with me. Okay? We're going to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going with 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that rhythm up like that. Keep counting out loud. 1, 2, 3, 4, so I can make sure you're going fast enough.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. I think there's help. I'm gonna run open the door.
Okay.
Come on, man. Hurry, please. I don't know what happened. I just walked in the house. I just came through the door. And then I walked over here and I seen this. Okay. He makes I got him. Hey, ma'am. Hey, go out to the other room for me, all right? Can you tell me if there's someone called already? Can you tell me what? Yeah, just walk out real quick, okay? Can you tell me what happened? So.
Hi, I'm here.
Oh my God, bro, what the happened?
Again, you guys, that was the 911 dispatch call that just got released in regards to the young woman who was killed the other day by her young toddler son. Again, you guys, please do whatever it is possible to keep your guns away from your children at home. We was just talking about this the other day. I mean, literally just talking about this when I brought you the story about the 29-year-old man, Markovia Durham from Gastonia, North Carolina, and how his 2-year-old had fatally shot him when he thought it was a toy. And he killed his father in his father's grandmother's home. So this is really sad. It's really tragic that this continues to happen. I mean, just alone in the last year, just alone in this last year, there has been 369 unintentional shootings by children in the United States, including 142 fatalities. 369 shootings and 142 of them were fatalities. And that is according to the gun control advocacy group called Every Town for Gun Safety. And again, in this situation, it was again a toddler, 2-year-old son, North Carolina. I'm sorry, the other shooting was a 2-year-old son in North Carolina. This particular one was in Florida. The name of the mother again was Shamaya Lynn. She is 21 years old. She was on a work-related Zoom conversation, and one of her co-workers, once she heard the loud bang and saw Shamia fall back and never, come back to the Zoom, they just knew they had to hurry up and call 911, which they did. But unfortunately, when 911 came out, they were not able to save Shamia Lynn. So sad, so sad. And also, they said that they don't know if they're going to bring any charges because of the fact that the gun belonged to the son's father, and he was the owner of the gun. And they said that actually he had just recently brought the gun. So I don't. This it's just so hard to understand how I didn't buy a gun for a long time. I didn't buy a gun for a very long time because of the fact that I was scared to have a gun in my house. I was scared that my children would be able to, get access to my gun and accidentally kill themselves or me or somebody else. So I actually was one of those parents who waited till my children were grown, where I feel like, okay, I'm comfortable enough to have a gun in my own house. But still, yeah, things can happen. Grown people accidentally kill people or kill themselves. So, sometimes age, it really don't matter. But again, you guys, please keep this family in your prayers. The little boy, this is another child within a week that is going to grow up without his parent and realizing one day that they are the reason for the tragic death of their own parent. They will have to live with that for the rest of their lives. These toddlers are going to have to live with that for the rest of their life when it could have been so easily prevented. And lock boxes do not cost a lot of money. Of course, there are some cheaper ones and there are some more expensive ones, but if you can't afford the really expensive ones, some of the cheaper ones work very well. I mean, again, mine cost like $40, $50, something like that. It wasn't that much. But I think when it comes to purchasing a gun, if you can afford to purchase a gun, like my gun in particular costs $600. If you can afford to purchase a gun, if you can afford to pay for a CCW like I have a concealed weapons license. If you can afford to buy bullets, you can afford to buy a lockbox for your gun. Something that will secure your gun so that children do not have access to your gun. So this situation right here, it's an ongoing investigation. Again, they're trying to decide if they are going to um file any charges against the father of the child, who they said the gun did belong to. uh yeah, I don't know if they're going to file charges. I know in the other situation, the one I reported about a few days ago with the guy in Gastonia, North Carolina, of course they didn't file any charges against him because the guy who was killed was the owner of the gun and he was killed. So there's no charges to be filed there, you know. But in this situation, the owner of the gun was not the one that was to be killed, that was killed. So I will keep my eye on this situation and find out what happens in the future regarding any charges. And I will update you once I find out any more information. But like I told you guys the other day when I did a video on the guy who was killed in Gastonia, North Carolina, please keep your children safe, keep you safe, keep everybody around you safe, your neighbors safe. When a gun gets in the hand of a child, you don't know who might get shot, who might get killed. They could take the gun outside and be running around, running down the street with it. You just don't know when you don't lock up your weapons in your house. So please lock up your weapons, you guys. Make sure you like this video, share this video, leave your comments in the comment section about what you think about this story or the other story about the other young father who was killed by his toddler a few days ago in North Carolina. Stay safe, you guys. Be blessed. Remain vigilant at all times. I always tell you guys to remain vigilant at all times. There's a reason why I always say that. Remain vigilant at all times and never forget to always keep it hood. Bye.